Hey guys, today I want to talk about character. Character is a tough thing to talk about because it requires authenticity, it requires integrity, it requires people to sit back and evaluate their lives. And they have to evaluate whether or not something that you say matches what you do. We've all failed. We've all had flawed characteristics in some aspects, in some way. But character is something that's sorely missing from much of our society. And I want to talk about it today because though it's important, we still see lapses of judgment and good character all throughout our country. And it honestly makes me terribly sad. It's tough because, again, I see those lapses in my own life. And I think we could all be honest and admit that perhaps that is something that we all at times deal with. As much of the time, I like to look at Google definitions just to see what others say about the definition. And it says it defines character as the mental and moral qualities distinctive to an individual. Now, I've often said this, and it'll sound strange, and I apologize, but hang with me, that your character is best revealed when you have no one around you. You're in your bedroom, your door's closed and locked, and you're in your underwear. Nobody knows what's going on. You can hide away all you want, but you're still exposed. That's the real you at that moment. There's no one around to impress, just an exposed you, sitting there hiding nothing. Then and only then is your true character revealed. Now listen, I'm not going to talk today about underwear and all that kind of weird, crazy stuff, but I do want to talk about what you're like, what we're like when nobody is around, when nobody except the real us is exposed, when we have to look in the mirror, when we have to be honest and true to who we really are. Now, people are still even talking about this Kavanaugh-Ford situation. And first of all, I'd really love it if we could just all stop it already. It's getting old. But since we're going to keep talking about it, of course, I got to put my 2 cents in. This whole Supreme Court thing really is all about character. On Kavanaugh's part now and in the past, and on Ford's part now and in the past. Character, good character, would have solved this crappy situation on so many levels. Why is it so hard to just be a decent human being nowadays? It's really getting crazy that people can't just be people of integrity, with high moral character, doing what they say they will do. Doing what I do at the dealership. I work at a car dealership, and we sign papers after paper after paper after paper, and everybody complains. I complain because, doggone it, I got to sign everything everybody else signs. But we have so many papers to sign because of lawsuits, because people in the past haven't done what they said they were going to do. The old school handshake isn't good enough anymore. We have to have paper for everything because people are not people of integrity anymore. I look at people's credit all the time. Credit scores determine, honestly, much of the time, life happens to people, I get it, but much of the time, credit scores determine really whether or not you've been a person of character in the past or not. It doesn't mean we can't have issues and we couldn't have had health problems and things of that nature, but all that aside, it's indicative still of something going on behind the scenes. Abraham Lincoln said it very well, character is like a tree and reputation like a shadow. The shadow is what we think of it. The tree, though, is the real thing. Psalms 15:2 also says it well. He who walks with integrity and works righteousness and speaks truth in his heart. He who walks with integrity, your actions equal your comments, your words. You don't say something but then don't live up to it. Now, granted, we all have failures in that regard. We all do. But I want to talk, I guess, of several qualities of good character that we can highlight. Number one, be the same person at home with your family as you are when you're at work or at school, wherever you are. H. Jackson Brown Jr. said, our character is what we do when we think no one is looking. There's nothing I hate more and more and more. Nothing I hate worse or more than phonies. Can't stand them. If you're a phony, just stop it now. People don't like it. People don't trust you because they know you. They can tell who you are. They know that. And they shouldn't trust you. And if you're a phony, you also suck. So stop it. Number two, do the right thing even if it costs you more than you want to pay. There's a couple of cool references in the scriptures about the Apostle Paul. And he said this. He referenced it several times in scripture where he had to do something or go somewhere, even though he knew it would cost him much and that he would be punished by unlawful authorities. And yet he still went. He still did the right thing, even though it was going to cost him, and he knew it. He had to determine, do I want to do this, even though it's the right thing, but even though I know it's going to cost me, it may even physically be painful, it may hurt. A person of good character will do the thing that's right, even if it's difficult. If you want to reference those, Acts chapter 20, verses 22 through 24, and Acts chapter 21, verses 13 and 14. James 1:12 says, "Blessed is the man who perseveres under trial, for once he has been approved, he will receive the crown of life which the Lord has promised to those who love him." It may be a tough decision that you have to make. It may be that you have to stop lying. If you're a Christian, and there's even a possibility or a chance that in the past, and even possibly in the future, you may cover up or blur some lines. We have to really look at our business dealings. We have to look at everything we say, whether it's to family or friends or business associates or customers. And we have to make sure that we are doing the right thing and saying the right thing, not blurring the lines just to get a sale, just to get someone to agree with us. It's not right. In fact, if you have a tendency to lie or stretch the truth even a little, also stop it now. Resolve. Especially if you're a Christian, resolve that you will no longer lie. It's wrong. I hate it. It does no one any good. In fact, it only causes greater damage to others than if you didn't lie. Remember what the definition of character is. It's the mental and moral qualities distinctive to an individual. Now make sure that your mental and moral qualities are good and proper and full of integrity. You need it for your own good. But our society needs this. Needs people of integrity, not just for its own good, but for its very survival. If we're going to continue in our society as a people, as a Christian people, perhaps, and if we're going to make it, if we're going to survive, it's going to be because we have had a revival of integrity. So listen, make sure now that you are a person of good moral character, so that if you're ever in a situation like we found in the news and all the bull crap from the past, the recent past, that we can stand tall with our chest sticking out, confident that we have said the right thing, done the right thing, and never have we been compromised. Love you guys. Let's raise the bar, can we? And be people of high moral character. And love you guys. We'll talk to you soon.